Hello, everyone. Okay, I think we figured it out. I had a little help from my daughter. Um, how is everyone today? Let's pull it back a little bit more. Hi, this is Amy, and I'm live here at my home with Mytree Yoga. And I'm hoping to see somebody here I know. There's Anya. Hi, Anya. Last week we tried out Zoom. And I think what we're going to do going forward is we'll try this as a YouTube live stream. Hi, Emma. And that way we can have this that you can see it another time if you can't make it. And then on Fridays, I'll do the Zoom if you ever want to join us. I'm pretty excited about today's class, and I hope you will be as soon as we get moving. We're going to be looking at our arms, our hands, our branches, and how they are an extension of our heart. So you can actually just sort of feel this if you just for a moment place your hands right on your heart center. And as you open your arms, you can feel the extension all the way from your hand across the chest to the other hand. Just take a moment and just stretch the arms up high to the sky. And bring your hands together right into your heart center. And then you can just release them. That was just to get a feeling to start. And everyone get comfy on their seat. Hi, Jane. So come to a comfortable seated position to start. And for any of you who's been kind of following our direction in the past 4 weeks, and for those who have not, we're kind of more moving through the body and seeing the parallels that we have with the body and a tree. And we started with a seed, then roots, the trunk, and now we're moving up to the branches. So just place your hands comfortably on your knees. Close your eyes. And just maybe notice right away the feeling in your arms. So today we're going to kind of work at coming from the periphery in. Maybe noticing the fingers and feeling the palm of your hand touch your knees. And then just moving up the arms to the shoulders. Coming right to the center of the chest. Let's all take a deep inhalation, exhale through the mouth. Maybe 1 or 2 more times, releasing maybe a little bit of that Vata energy. Here in Ghana, we have a lot of wind, and that wind is part of this energy of movement. So we will move and we'll try to shape it so the Vata doesn't spin out of control in our bodies, but is rather a little bit more balanced. And just take a couple more deep breaths, this time with the mouth closed. Maybe just notice the movement in your whole torso as you're breathing. Noticing as you inhale from the belly up all the way to chest, there's this expansion. And as you exhale, there's a drawing back into center. Inhale, feeling this expansion. Exhale, draw back into center. Just continue to know that movement, moving from the periphery, the outside, all the way back into your center as you draw in your inhalation. Exhale. You can almost notice with each inhalation, there's an expansion in the whole body, the whole energetic, subtle body. And maybe feeling a lightness in your arms. Exhale, come back to center. Let's even try to ground ourselves a little bit more deeply by bringing our awareness all the way down to your root chakra, right above your perineum. So see if you can sense the base of your body. Sense this connection between the whole lower part of your body with the earth. Noticing where the body's touching the earth. And then drawing a little bit deeper, coming into your pelvis. And go even a little bit deeper, right into that space, sort of at the center of the pelvis, but a little bit lower down above the perineum. And just kind of imagine this sense of the word stable, rooted, grounded. Maybe just repeat those to yourself for a little bit, feeling the stability in the body. And on your next inhalation, from this sense of grounding, inhale all the way up to your chest. Exhale all the way back down. Inhaling up. And this time as you exhale, lift your perineum a bit and start to squeeze a little bit into this area. It's like you're condensing the energy there. So as you inhale, there's a release. It's light, expansive up to your chest. But as you exhale, there's a squeezing in. You can really feel the lower abdomen squeeze back. And then inhale, open up. Let's do that a couple more times. And just release that action, keeping your eyes gently closed. Just notice what these few moments of focused breath work, attention, do in terms of affecting a shift in your body and your mind. And then we'll take our hands to our heart center. And just move the awareness up from the belly, back into the heart center, feeling this connection between your hands and the heart. And if you'd like to, you can set some sort of intention for the practice. Maybe listening really deeply to what's coming up. And then you can keep your eyes closed. Just take your hands now right on top of your chest, just gently touching your chest. And then we're going to slide the hands down the chest, over the solar plexus, all the way to that area right below the low belly. There's a nice, gentle connection. And then you can open your eyes gently for a moment just to observe. And we're going to start to work with the breath as we inhale back up to our navel center. And then just exhale, hands right back down, almost towards your groin. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, feeling the subtle contact of your hands touching the body. This time we're going to bring our hands all the way up to our heart center. Exhale all the way down. A couple more times. And this time, as you lift your hands up, bring the elbows up with you. Shoulders are relaxed, but you're going to start to feel some expansion across the chest as you do this breath. And inhale again. You can deepen the breath, perhaps making an ujjayi sound, inhaling up. Exhale back down. Now let's take it all the way up to our throat center. Again, elbows are parallel to the floor now. The movement is very soft and relaxed, coordinating breath with the movement. This time lift it all the way up, right to where your third eye would be, keeping it up on the face, so right over the eyes, coming back down. As you do this, there's just a slight touch on the body. You can also try it without touching the body and just see if you can sense the feeling of the subtle energy as the hands move across the body. You may not perceive anything, but you might. And we're going to go all the way up, almost to our crown chakra. So we're going to go up to the top of our forehead, just lightly brushing here. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale, we'll do this 2 more times. So inhaling the hands, elbows lifted up high, coming up to your forehead. Exhale, really feeling the hands, feeling the body and that space right in between them. This time we're going to go all the way up, inhaling all the way up, and just hold your breath here for a bit. Extend your arms as you're holding the breath. And when you need to, just exhale, releasing the arms all the way down. And just place your hands back on your knees and close your eyes for another couple breaths. Again, to start becoming observant of the subtle shifts just these small movements and breath exercises have in the body. And then we're going to gently open our eyes and we'll come to the back of our mats. And just come to all fours for a second. And just notice the hands right now touching the earth. And then just push yourself all the way back to a seated position, to a down child's pose. And then just slowly exhale yourself right back up to table. Push back again to child's pose. And this time, instead of coming up to table, we're going to slide on the ground just like in Cobra. So elbows come out this time. And then you're going to inhale up the center. You might even feel some warmth from that activity of raising the arms before coming back to child's. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale back. One more. Inhale, coming forwards. Exhale, push back. Inhale, coming all the way up. And this time, you're going to exhale towards the left side. And this time, inhale forwards, coming up, all the way up, almost like a side up dog on the left side. And then push back to the left side. Inhale, coming up to the right side. Exhale, back to the right side. Inhale, up to the left side. Exhale, back to the left side. Inhale all the way, last time like this cobra. Coming up, come all the way up. So you're sort of in a high cobra. Push yourself back to child's pose. Take a couple deep breaths here in child's pose. Inhale yourself back up to all fours. And now we're going to do something similar, but we're going to make the movement a little bit more fluid. So you can start to feel how your body wants to move. So coming to all fours. You're going to just first come up and then come around, push back, come up, across, back, and really make the circles quite large. Maybe just noticing any cracks. Again, as you're releasing the energy of Vata in the body, I'll come a little bit back and keep going in one direction. And then you can always start to go to the other way as you're ready. And then we're going to move the other way. So bringing some energy into the hands as you press forwards. Then come all the way back up to all fours. And then we're going to push ourselves up to a down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Just pedal out your feet. Now, the interesting thing about yoga is the hands and feet, we always don't kind of think about them as much, but they are essential to the practice. And in fact, awakening the energy in these hands and feet and bringing it towards the center is kind of a way to wake up your practice to start it. So roll forwards into a plank. Hold this for 5 breaths. So the hands and the feet are sort of what you would call like thresholds of the subtle body. We're going to push back to a down dog again. They're like the places where they're sort of like our antennas as we feel ourselves moving in the world. Come forwards one more time to plank position. Holding here for 5 deep breaths. And then we're going to push ourselves back to down dog. Come to your knees. And then we're going to sit back and we're going to go through a little sequence, not a sun salutation, something a little calmer, but just notice the effect of your body. So we're going to start with our hands on our heart. We're going to inhale up. And then we're going to exhale down all the way. And you bring your hands behind you into a child's pose. We're going to inhale ourselves all the way to cobra. And then push ourselves back to down dog. And then we're going to come back all the way to this pose. Okay, so let's try this again. So inhale, come up. Exhale down to the earth. Swinging your arms behind you. Inhale, coming forward into cobra. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale to table. I kind of missed that last time. Exhale. Inhale up. Sweep the arms as you come down into child's. Inhale, forwards up into cobra. Exhale, push back into your down dog. We bend the knees here, lifting up the hips. Inhale to table. Exhale, back to our starting point. Let's do one more round. Inhaling up. Exhale, sweeping your arms back. Inhale, coming forwards to cobra. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, coming back to your prayer. And just take a couple breaths here. Maybe noticing the heart beating a little faster. And then we'll slowly release our hands. And just take our legs out right in front of us. And we're going to go into staff pose, so Dandasana. Right hand and left hand are right by your hips. And just notice sometimes there's a tendency to want to curve forwards. If you're a little bit tight in the legs, you keep a little bit of bend. So I'd rather have us work towards a nice tall spine with bent legs versus straight legs and a curved back. So see what works for you. And sometimes it's hard to get the hands to reach, so you could always use the fingertips to start. But generally, we want to work on opening our palms. The same, we're going to open our feet. Both the feet and the hands are sort of like mini domes, mini diaphragms. And they call them actually bandhas. They're another sort of source of an energetic lock in the body. And we work with them to sort of open that, so how the energy can move into our body. This is actually called Hasta Bandha. Our hands are called Hasta. And then just place your hands on the earth. Nice long spine. Close your eyes. Legs are very active. And just notice in something that seems very simple, how active things still are. And on your next exhalation, you can bring your chin down to your chest. Inhale, lift the head back up to the sky. Exhale, chin to the chest. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale one more time. Just hold here for a couple breaths here. And just notice, if your legs are nice and strong, you might even feel movement. Even though you're being stable, what is that movement that's happening inside the thighs? And then you're going to slowly lift up your head and just release the rigidity in the body. And we're going to take our legs now in front of us. And we're kind of wake up a little bit more, not just the hands and the feet, but also the legs and the arms. So we're going to do a little bit different than I usually do. Instead of coming from the outside of the legs, we're going to come from the inside. So you're going to inhale, take your hands all the way. If you can come and touch your feet, great, that'll feel good. Otherwise, just tops of the feet is fine. Inhale, and then you're going to exhale up the side of your legs. Flip your hands so the top of your hands are on the side body. So you're going to inhale up the side inside of your body. Exhale, stretch. Inhale. Exhale, release. And let's try that again slowly one more time. So we're going to inhale. Exhale. Inhale. All the way up. It's a long breath. Exhale. I know I did it a little bit different the second time. Let's try to do that. So it's one inhalation and one exhalation. If you have to go faster, if you have to add another breath, that's fine. So let's go a little bit quicker. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale, sorry. Inhale. One more. Okay, last one. And again, just take a pause. Notice the effect of this breath practice. And I'm going to take our legs behind us and let's come back to all fours on the mat. And then with your legs like this, let's just take ourselves up to a down dog. And I'm going to go into a low lunge from here. If you have your blocks, I forgot to mention that, blocks and blanket would be useful in this class. If you don't have them, it's not a big deal. So we're going to come from our down dog. We're going to take our right leg up to the sky, bend your knee, bring it forwards, and we're just going to use the blocks to help us to start. So take the back foot, release it so the top of the foot's on the earth, and right away you're going to notice the stretch in your quad. And if you've got the blocks, take them a little bit higher. Pull yourself back for a second. When you're back, take this right hip, square it back there for a second, okay? And just stay here for a couple breaths. And then slowly start to lean into the stretch. It's going to be a little bit different this time. And we'll stay here using our blocks like this. Looking straight ahead. And then you can just look down at the earth, place your hands in front of the blocks, lift up your back leg, and then just bring your right foot back up to you, back up to the sky. Extend that to one-legged down dog. And then take your left leg up, bend the knee, bring it forwards, just like you're going straight into your lunge, and then we pull back. Again, working at squaring the hips. So instead of leaning so far forwards in your left hip, bring this left hip back, squaring a little bit more, and then lead into the lunge. Looking straight ahead. Just maybe notice what's going on with your heart center. So right now, our arms are not really active. We're just kind of seeing what it's like to have the torso and the feet active. And go ahead and release your arms down and push yourself back up to that one-legged down dog. Nice. And then you can come back and maybe just move the blocks out of the way for a second. Just pedal yourself out here in down dog. Now this time we're going to take the right leg up again. Bring it forwards. We're going to come back to our low lunge. And come this time up to your knee. And see if you can do the same thing without using the blocks. Bring that back, that right hip back a little bit. Bring the hands to the hips. Bring the belly in. Root the knee into the earth. Foot is nice and strong. Now, taking the hands up as you inhale, just start here right in front of you. Okay, and feel the arms are getting more active now, right? As you lift up, go a little bit higher. Feeling the heart a little bit more, lift a little higher. Then all the way up above your head. And notice how this raises your heartbeat. And just for a second, maybe squeeze the hands a little bit. Making sure they're nice and active. And then lift your fingers up. Take your shoulders and draw them down your back. Notice what's going on with your breath. Now, release the hands back down. This time we're going to take the left foot to join the right foot. And we're going to fold in. We're going to grab each elbow. And just for a second, kind of release the back a bit here. So we're getting into the hamstrings now, stretching. Again, if anyone has low back issues, I always recommend keeping the knees bent here. But if you're fine there, this is such a great way to get in your hamstrings. And you can even maybe practice moving forwards, sort of onto not quite the toes, but the base of the toes, and just feeling the activity there. Feeling that your feet are nice and awake. And then move back to the heels. Notice the difference there. And then come to the center. And then release your hands down. And if you can touch the earth, that's fine. If not, you can just touch your shins. And then we're going to lift up halfway, up onto our fingertips. And then we're going to exhale all the way. And then we're going to take our right foot back this time. We're going to come back to our other low lunge. So release your back foot, so the top of the foot's on the earth. Come up. Definite one going on here. Come up to your knee. And then take your hands to your hips. And just kind of play with getting the hips even here. Drawing the left hip back. And just notice how you're feeling here. If the knee hurts a little bit, you can always put a blanket under. And there's a tendency when we're in this position right now to let the belly be really soft. Engage your lower abdominals. And same thing, first thing, take your hands right in front of you. Notice that first step, heart starts to beat faster. Inhale a little bit more. One more level. Then all the way above your head. Looking straight ahead, neck is nice and relaxed. Shoulders are releasing down. And for a moment, draw your awareness to your hands. And see if you could almost imagine holding a ball between your right and your left hand. What would that feel like? Belly strong. And then our both of our hands are going to come to the earth. You're going to draw your right foot up to join the left. Let's fold in. And this time, we're going to bend our knees slightly. We're going to come up sitting in Utkatasana chair pose. We'll bend a little bit more. Fingertips graze right on the side as you lift up and then sit back down. Looking forwards, feeling the strength of your thighs, right? Just imagine your hands like you're grabbing something. You're lifting your lower body up for a second. And then push your legs all the way up to standing. And then we're going to exhale right back down to the earth. Let's inhale halfway. Step back to our down dog. Just pedal your feet out a bit. And then come to the earth. And then we're going to do sort of what I would call camel prep. Then we're going to do something else and come back to actually doing camel. So this is just a slight opening of the chest. And we're doing this to kind of work into how we want it to feel in the body without putting too much pressure on our low back. So the one thing that's really important in camel is that you're rooting in through the knees. So almost feel like your knees are your feet as they push into the earth. You can also use a block if that's helpful for engagement. Now, I'm going to do it on the next one. I'm not going to use it right now, but you're welcome to do that. So as you come here, just feel the squeezing in of the legs. Belly strong. And then just for a moment, take your right hand and your left hand right above the sacrum. Maybe see this from behind. Okay. You should feel kind of nice and warm on your low back sacrum area. And just keeping it easy, simple. Have your elbows draw back towards each other. Continue to look forwards. And then start to slowly, slowly look up to the sky with just the littlest back bend in your chest. So if you feel any pinching in your back, don't even go back all the way. Just have the feeling of being straight up and kind of pulling down this area right above the skin, right above the sacrum towards the earth. And your pubic bone is actually pushing forwards. But keep the belly strong at the same time. That's helping to engage your core. Okay, that was it. Very simple, just a little prep for camel. Come back to all fours. And just do a little movement with the hips one way. And then we're going to do a little movement the other direction. And then we're going to come and sit facing each other. And we're going to do a little kriya, little action, before we come back to our camel pose. And I realize this 1 hour is not long enough for me, but I'm going to try tonight, girls. All right, so we are going to use a mudra to do this. And if you come and join me on Friday's Zoom class, we're going to work a lot on the hands and work on mudras. Mudras are energetic gestures we make with our hands. There's a fabulous book that I use called Mudra, The Sacred Secret by Indu Arora. And we'll go into a couple of mudras on Friday in particular. But today, the one that we are going to use in this kriya is called the mudra, T-S-E. It's a mudra that's used in China by Buddhist monks, and it's really about being strong inside. And with that strength, you're able to release anger, aggression, and also kind of alleviate any depression that you might have hanging inside. And a lot of us sometimes have old patterns stuck in us that we didn't even know, and then all of a sudden they rise, and we're like, well, why am I feeling sad? And this is a helpful mudra for that. So the mudra itself involves putting the thumb towards the space right below your pinky, and then just closing your hand. Okay, and then just place for a second your hands right on top of your knees. And what you're going to do, so keep the hands open first. You're going to inhale doing the mudra, right? And you're going to hold the breath. And exhale, release. So we're going to do this like 4 more times. And just at your own pace. So inhale, squeezing the hands, feeling that strength. Pause. Exhale, release. Again. And one more. And release. And just notice a subtle effect. And then we're going to make it a little bit more active by putting it into this kriya. Now, for the kriya, we actually want to get up on our knees because it's much more effective in kind of condensing and squeezing into this space right below the belly. As many of you who've practiced with me know, this is where we have sort of this well, this potential energy that we want to activate. And in fact, this kriya and this mudra help to activate Pingala, which is our right masculine side, so a little more solar, stronger force in us. Okay, so this time we're actually going to go straight into the mudra. And then you're going to just, this time, turn the hands towards you, but it's facing up. You're going to inhale, exhale all the way down to the earth. So your head touches the earth. Inhale back up. We're going to practice this a couple times without the sound, and then we're going to add a sound. So inhale. Inhale back up. Release as you exhale. One more time. Inhale back up. Exhale. And this time, we're going to really get rid of anything that's blocking us. And how are we going to do that? We're using the mouth. There's this sense of the things we store down here are going to come out as we do this. So, getting your palms in the right place, elbows are nice and wide. Let's inhale. Inhale back up. So instead of a straight, it's like like you're kind of squeeze all that out. Let's do it a couple more times together. Inhale. Really, really emptying. And then on the last one, as you exhale as much as you can. Hold the exhalation as long as you can, and when you need to, you're going to come up for an inhalation. So let's begin. Squeezing it out, cranium's active. And as you inhale, you just release everything. And release the hand, and just place your hands nice and flat on your knees or on your thighs. And just listen. Notice how you feel inside. Notice the quality of your mind. Notice the quality of the breath. And remember that intention you sent at the beginning of this practice. And we're going to gently open our eyes, and we're really going to open our arms, open ourselves to this intention by doing a full version of the camel. So this is one where I do recommend a block. If you don't have one, it's okay. And also I'm going to offer the idea of using a blanket, and this will help anyone who has a harder time reaching back to their ankles. And what you can do is maybe just fold your blanket like this. If you know you can reach your heels, you don't need to do this, but just in case, this is a good option. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our block right between our thighs. Okay, when we put that block in between the thighs, We're squeezing the legs together. There's this inner rotation. And this time, we're going to keep the toes active too, right? Our feet are those energetic gateways. Our hands are those energetic gateways. And they're going to touch each other in this. Now, here's the little trick that I have with the blanket. Also, should your knees get a little sore in this, you can put a blanket under them too. So that requires 2 blankets. So I'll let you choose. So this is the option if you know you can't reach back. All right, so just for a moment, come back to like we did at the beginning, placing your hands right on the sacrum. Elbows come back. Looking forwards. And you're just going to begin by taking the right arm up to the sky, so feeling the extension all the way from the right knee to the right fingertip. And then that arm is going to loop back and it's going to grab the right heel. Just with the fingertips or however far you can. Now, a lot of times in Cobra, people tend to lean back. Here, we want to try to keep the legs perpendicular to the floor. Okay, nice. And then you can slowly bring your right hand back to your hip. Maybe close your eyes for a moment to notice the difference between each side. And this time we're going to lift the left hand all the way up. And for this time, I'm just going to remove the blanket just to show the difference. And then you're going to release that left hand back to grab the left heel. And now you just may want to hang out here. If it's accessible, you can grab your right heel too. Maybe just with your fingertips. Some people can maybe go even further down. But for me, I'm just going to have my fingertips touching. And I'm really squeezing that block. Pubic bone is pushing forwards. I'm protecting my low back. Lengthening the spine, looking forwards. Chest is super open. Feeling this energetic loop between your fingers and your heels. And then maybe if you want to drop your head back and look up at the sky, that's fine, only if you feel comfortable. Bring your head back forwards, slowly come out of it. Place the hands on the hips. Flatten your tops of your feet to the earth. It's very energetic, that one, right? That took me a long time to get into it and feel comfortable in my back. So again, if you have any back problems, Camel is one to be gentle with. And in fact, I'm going to have us all go into a posture to relieve any tightness. So come into your child's pose. Forehead on the earth. And take a few deep breaths here. And we're going to slowly come up to a seated position. We're going to do just a little more relaxing of the back by keeping our knees bent. And then just wrap your arms around your legs. And just release your head here. If it's uncomfortable with your neck, use that blanket of yours. And give a chance for your whole back to open here. Maybe noticing the expansion of your whole torso with each breath as the chest and the belly touches the legs. And you can slowly lift up your head. Begin to straighten out the legs, and then we're going to open them to a diamond shape. So a little bit longer than you would like in Baddha Konasana, which is really close. And we're just going to take our feet to our ankles. And we're really going to release now. We're going to release that whole back body. And you're going to take your arms so they're kind of hanging right over your shins. And then if it's comfortable, you can turn the hands back, right? This is sort of a form of Kurmasana, which is turtle, it's different. But it's the same idea, just kind of surrendering the weight of your body. Releasing the head. And we're going to stay here for some time. Maybe begin to notice any place you feel resistance. In the hips or the thighs. Maybe somewhere in your back. And see if you can hang out with the discomfort, as long as it's not painful. If there's just a level of discomfort, and you breathe into that place and accept it. And take a couple more breaths here. And take your hands and place your hands wide and in front of you. And just feel the contact of the right palm and the left palm with the earth. And then to come up, you're just going to gently lift the head and slowly push the hands into the earth. We're still looking forward. You should be looking at your feet right now. Spine is still facing towards the earth. And hands can walk back a bit, again, keeping the spine nice and long. And slowly walk a little bit further back up onto your fingertips. Still, the spine is long, facing forwards. And then finally, we're going to lift all the way up, lift the head up. So we're nice and tall. Just take a moment here, closing your eyes, and notice the effect of this. And then you can bring your knees together and then very gently roll onto your back. If you have a top, you might want to put it on now because we're going to do a couple moves and then go into our Shavasana. I was going to have us go right into a meditation, but I think everyone kind of likes a little rest in Shavasana. You guys can let me know afterwards. But we'll try that one day too. So just put your top on. And like I said, I realize 1 hour just flies by. And let's just take the back of our hands now. Just feel that contact, the connection, as you roll back slowly all the way to your low back. And then just stretch your hands above your head, lifting the right shoulder and the left. And then bring your knees up to your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. And then roll a little on your lower back. Making small circles, in particular on the sacrum. It should feel really good. And then go the other direction. And then squeeze your legs all the way in. And then take your right foot up to the sky. Stretch it nice and long all the way to the earth in front of you. keeping that left knee close to your chest. You're going to grab the left knee with your right hand and do a little twist to your right side. Left head, the left arm's on the floor and your face turns to the left side. The left foot can be on the right knee. Inhale back to center. Bring up your right knee to join the left and then straighten up that left leg up to the sky. Exhale all the way down to the earth. The leg will love that stretch. And then place your bottom of your right foot right on the left knee, feeling that bottom foot, the contact as you twist to your left side. And feel the right palm touching the floor. Feel the left palm cupping the right knee. And inhale back to center. And then let's take our right leg and stretch it all the way out, extending, feeling the bottom of your right foot. And then take your left leg and extend it all the way out. And then your right arm, you can just extend your fingers, palms are wide open, and your left hand. And then just squeeze the whole body, squeeze, make fists, squeeze the toes. Inhale, exhale, release. And just let the body relax. And enjoy a few moments of receptivity in Shavasana. Letting the whole body soften. Maybe just doing a body scan as you look and feel any tension remaining in your feet. Maybe noticing any tension in the ankles. Letting it go. The legs soften. The hips are open. Belly soft. The whole back of the body is completely supported and relaxed, connected. And from your right shoulder blade, feel the extension all the way down to your right palm. And just let the right arm relax. And go to your left shoulder blade and feel the extension all the way down to your left hand. And relax. And bring your awareness to your heart center. And just feel the soft breath moving. Jaw softens. Face is relaxed. Forehead opens. The whole body lets go. Start to notice the breath as it enters your nostrils. Taking a deep inhalation of this nourishing prana. Exhale, send this to all the body. Take another deep inhalation. And let the feeling of the prana expand to your fingertips, to the tip of your toes. One more deep breath. And as you exhale, feel this incredible expansion of the energy in the body. And then begin to harness that and start to move the toes and the fingers. Make larger movements with your ankles and your wrists. Take another deep breath. Exhale. Inhale, this time lifting your arms all the way above your head as you stretch, extending the arms above your head. Exhale, bring the hands next to your hips. Inhale, draw your knees to your chest. Let your arms wrap around your legs. And feel the hug as your arms extend from the heart center all the way around to your hands as you embrace yourself. And then you can roll over to the right side. And just pause there with the left hand touching the earth. Maybe notice the feeling of the thumb, the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger and the pinky. And the palm of the hand. Feel the presence of the energy in your body and feel the ability to touch. And as you touch the floor, as you have this intention of pushing into the floor, let that lift you up to a seated position. And with slowness and real subtlety, just bring the right hand and the left hand together in front of you. Maybe just look at your hands for a moment. And then you can draw the hands up to you into Anjali Mudra and look down at your hands in prayer position. Feeling the connection between the right and the left side. And then close your eyes as you lift up, looking forwards. Take a deep inhalation. Exhale. Inhale. Shanti. 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 Namaste. Thank you, friends. Love doing this practice with you. I wish we were there in person. but it's an interesting way to connect, right? I will be back on Friday morning with Zoom. I'm going to pull this back a little bit because it's so bright. And it'll be 9:30 Friday morning. And if you want to find the link, you can go to Mytree. I'll send it via Facebook too. Again, we're going to get into some mudras, and we're going to use our hands and arms a lot and do some fun upside down things to switch things up. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you guys all a beautiful evening, and I'll see you soon. And don't forget, Courtney is live tomorrow, 9:30, with her practice. Bye, guys.